All right, there you heard the account of one woman who's detailing in chilling detail all of the things that she was being taught at this center where she was taken for conversion, and how jihad was really the ideology that was being preached, violence, hatred towards anybody who's not a Muslim, even to the extent of cutting off the heads of anybody who wasn't a Muslim, and also hatred being preached against Hindu gods and goddesses. Remember, these are the kind of preachers that Republic TV has been talking about, especially the likes of Zakir Naik, those who instill this kind of hatred in the minds of young people, whether from a certain community or not, to go against a certain religion. So this is the dark reality of Love Jihad, where women especially are following prey, and also they're being taken away from India. They're being sent to Syria and the likes to not only learn, quote unquote, more about jihad, but also to further the ideology of terror as well. Many guests joining us on these revelations being made public on Republic TV. Acharya Dr. Vikramaditya is joining us now on the show. He's a convener of the Vivekananda Seva Sadan. He's joining us from Delhi. Acharya ji, what do you make of these factories that are running? The account that we're bringing to you is so chilling. It is almost unbelievable that young men and women are not only being converted forcefully, उनको ये भी बोला जा रहा है कि आप इंडिया से बाहर चले जाइए और जाकर जिहाद के नाम पर लड़ें, या कोई भी नॉन मुस्लिम है तो उसके अगेंस्ट वायलेंस उनको बोल रहे हैं करने के लिए.
Certainly, this is very disgusting. In the name of jihad, in the name of Islam, they are teaching if you are teaching something, you have to teach the people how you have to live in this world. In the name of Islam, in the name of jihad, if they are teaching people just to cut the head of the person, this is disgusting. This is unhuman. ये इतना मजाक है भारतीय मतलब हिंदुस्तान के साथ कि हिंदुस्तान में रहते हुए लोग ऐसी बातें कर रहे हैं कि जिसे जिहाद के नाम पे प्रचार किया जा रहा है, जहां ह्यूमैनिटी के नाम पर इसको बकवास को बताया जा रहा है और हम सब लोग बैठ के सुन रहे हैं. हम भारतीय एकता के नाम पर, भारतीय संस्कृति के नाम पर हिंदुस्तान के अंदर हिंदू जनसंख्या को लोगों को प्रेम सिखाते हैं, आनंद सिखाते हैं, और यहाँ पर ये सिखाया जा रहा है कि सामने वाले का सिर काट दो, और केवल इस्लाम के नाम पर. इससे ज़्यादा दुर्भावना कुछ नहीं हो सकती है. तो हमें आज आवश्यकता है कि इन सब लोगों को आज धन्यवाद का पात्र है रिपब्लिक टीवी की, जो इन बातों को लोगों के समक्ष ला रहा है. आज तक केवल हमने सुना, समझ में भी नहीं आई थी. जो लड़की वो सामने आके बोल रही है कि उसको ये सिखाया जा रहा है कि तुमको हिंदू मतलब अपने माता पिता को बात नहीं करनी है, उनको मार दो, उनको भूल जाओ, और साथ साथ अपने आप को समर्पण करके केवल इस्लाम के नाम पर. ये इस्लाम है या कुछ और है? आज लोगों को ये आज समझ में आ रहा है लोगों को कि किस तरह से ये स्पेसिफिक कम्युनिटीज किस तरह के लोगों को ब्रेन वॉश कर रहे हैं और ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे में कर रहे हैं. दिस इज अ क्राइम बेसिकली. दिस इज क्राइम अगेंस्ट ह्यूमैनिटी.
Acharya ji, stay with me. I'm also joined by Trisha Shetty. She's a noted author and activist. Trisha, while nobody wants to stop two consensual adults from falling into love and then marrying or even converting for the sake of love, what we are revealing is that, that is just a ruse. These accounts, these testimonies are so chilling, and love has nothing to do with it. So while there may be a lot of politics being played on the issue of love jihad in the first place, there is not just the reality that many forceful conversions are happening, but what is even coming out in these tapes is the terror link, the furthering of a radical ideology, whether it's in the name of a religion or otherwise, it's hardly the concern, but it is a radical ideology being brainwashed into young people.
Look, I think we're dealing with a lot of issues here. Let's dissect them piece by piece. One, just to set context, I'm not a fan of conversion. I think there's a reason why we have the Special Marriage Act to allow for interreligion, intercommunity marriage, interreligion marriages. But just looking at this case in question, the case of Hadiya, we're talking about a 24-year-old girl who's not been declared of unsound mind. She's of sound mind. She's a homeopathic doctor. She, in her own testimony, has claimed that she converted to Islam prior to meeting the husband that she eventually later got married to. Are we saying that our NIA agencies are I wouldn't use the word inefficient, but lackadaisical in their perspective of trying to find out what are the terrorist links, only when the Hadia's parents brought this case to NIA's notice, saying, oh, he's got links to terrorist activities, did they then take notice of him? Are we saying matters of national security? Out of that least, if this was such a big concern, why did Hadia's father have to bring it to the attention of NIA?
have got involved only now.
They've
been given the investigation only now. Till now, the Kerala police was investigating this, and Kerala police is on record to say that yes, there is something highly suspicious as far as this is concerned.
First, they are basically indulging the people in the love and affairs. Then they are indulging them.
Firstly, your panelist on the other end is painting Islam as though it's a religion of terror. We're living in a secular...
No, we're not talking about Islam particularly here, but the reality is that this is being preached in the name of Islam. I don't think, Trisha, it helps anybody to try and be apologetic about it. Yes.
There is no reason to be apologetic. We're talking about matters of national concern and security. There's no place to be I'm saying when you're talking about matters of national security, there's no place to be apologetic. We have to be ruthlessly pragmatic and understand, okay, are there terror elements within India? And if there are terror elements, we need to put all the force behind our investigative agencies. My bone of contention here is, are we saying that Hadia's father had to bring this man to the attention of NIA to say, hey, this is the man who is linked to terror activities. What is the proof? Well, my daughter got converted to Islam. That is the proof. Come on, let's be real about issues of national security and let's not paint Islam as a religion
NIA has got involved now, Trisha. They will investigate this further. Only when certain cases are brought to light can the NIA investigate.
That's my point.
Exactly. So let the investigation happen. But I'm talking about the larger issue of why we are so quick to dismiss. Why are we so quick to dismiss love jihad as a policy being used by certain nefarious elements of the society? This is not just about Hadia, Trisha, remember that. This is also about other women who've given us testimonies. The testimony we ran was of another woman about the terror angle. But just stay with us. Since you talked about Hadia, we also have part 3 of this investigation where Rahul Ishwar actually went to meet Hadia and, her mother. And this is what happened. We'll bring you that clip. One of the facets being revealed in these love jihad tapes is how those converted forcefully or under false pretenses and promises are asked to lash out against their family. That actually played out on camera. We have this exclusive clip of Rahul Ishwar actually going to meet Hadia and her mother, and this is the fight that broke out.
അമ്മയ്ക്ക് വൈക്കത്തം പറയാൻ അമ്മയെ വൈക്കറാൻ എൻ്റെ പൊന്നുമകളെ തിരിച്ചു കിട്ടണം ഞാൻ കാര്യം പോലും മാത്രം മതി എനിക്ക് ഒന്നും വേണ്ട.
എന്ത് പറ്റിയാ അമ്മയുടെ ഒരു കാഴ്ചപ്പാട്?
ഒന്നും അറിയില്ല. എൻ്റെ പൊന്നുമകൾ എൻ്റെ കൂടെ അമ്മ എനിക്ക് വൈക്കത്തമ്പലം കാണണം, അമ്മയെ വൈക്കത്തപ്പനെ കാണണം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടിരുന്നു എൻ്റെ പൊന്നുമകളെ.
എന്ത് പറ്റിയാന്നാ തോന്നുന്നത്?
പറയാനായിട്ട് ഒന്നുമില്ല. മുസ്ലിങ്ങൾ കൂടെ 2 ജസീം പസി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പിള്ളേരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. 1.5 വർഷം വരെ ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് പഠിക്കാൻ പോയപ്പോൾ എന്നോട് ജീവനായിരുന്നു. അമ്മേനെ വന്ന് കെട്ടിപ്പിടിച്ച് ഉമ്മകൾ 1-2 കൊല്ലം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞ അമ്മയും കൂടി മുസ്ലിമാണ്. അമ്മ മരിച്ച അമ്മ സ്വർഗത്തിൽ പോയി. അമ്മ ഈ വൈക്കത്തപ്പനൊക്കെ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചിട്ട് അമ്മക്ക് ഇവിടെ വല്ല ഉയർച്ചയുണ്ടാവും. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു നിൻ്റെ അച്ചായിക്ക് ജോലിയുണ്ട്, നീ നിന്നെ ഡോക്ടർക്ക് പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ ചേർത്ത് ലോണ് പോലും എടുത്തില്ല. ഇത് തന്നെ അമ്മക്ക് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഭാഗ്യമെന്ന് അവളോട് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. ഇനി ഇതിൽ ഞാൻ എന്ത് പറയാനാണ്? എല്ലാം ഉപദേശിച്ചു കൊടുത്തതാണ് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ കുഞ്ഞിനെ. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു വൈക്കത്തപ്പൻ്റെ ഫോട്ടോ കൊടുത്തിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു മരം ഇതുമായിട്ട് വേണം.
ഇവർക്ക് അച്ഛൻ ഒക്കെ സമ്മതിച്ചു. എന്നെ ഇങ്ങനെ ഇട്ടാൽ എൻ്റെ ജീവിതം മതിയോ? ഇതാണോ എനിക്കുള്ള ജീവിതം? ഇതാ എനിക്ക് ചോദിക്കാനുള്ളത്. അച്ഛനും അമ്മയ്ക്കും പോകുമ്പോൾ ആവശ്യത്തിലിറങ്ങി നിസ്കരിക്കുമ്പോൾ വഴക്ക് പറയാറുണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്ന് ചോദിക്കൂ. എന്തിനു വഴക്ക് പറയുന്നത്?
അമ്മ ഈ കല്യാണമാണോ മതം മാറ്റമാണോ അമ്മയ്ക്ക് കൂടുതൽ വിഷമമായത്?
അവൾ ആദ്യം മതം മാറി. ഈ ജസീം പസി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ 2 കുട്ടികൾ ഇവളെ നിരന്തരം അള്ളായാണ് ഏകദൈവം, ഹിന്ദുക്കൾക്ക് ഒത്തിരി ദൈവങ്ങളുണ്ട്, അതൊന്നും പ്രതിനിധികളാണ്. അമ്മ വൈക്കത്തപ്പനെ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞതാണ് അമ്മ ഇവിടെ വല്ല ഉയർച്ചയുണ്ട്, അമ്മ നിരന്തരം അമ്പലത്തിൽ പോയി.
The mother talking about how gradually her daughter was taken away from her. Trisha and Acharya Vikramaditya are still with us. Trisha, I come back to that point of, how to separate what is truly love and what is, love jihad. Of course, when 2 consensual adults, decide to marry, like you said, there should be no need to convert. fine, even if we accept that there is a need to convert for one of the spouses, but when they do it, when you see that your child or a young individual has been bred hatred towards another religion, when they come back to their families and say, you should also do it, when they come back and say, this is wrong and only this ideology is right, isn't that what love jihad is then? You know, breeding hatred towards another religion. Trisha first, and then I like Vikramaditya to respond to.
Right, I think here again it's unfair to paint the entire picture without having Hadia's testimony. You know, the Supreme Court has not allowed for Hadia to put forth her testimony as of yet, stating that right now it may negatively affect her case. So far, the only thing we've heard from Hadia is her repeatedly attesting that, look, I converted to Islam before I met the person I got married to. Here we are listening to the testimony of her mother, and with all due respect, of course, family testimony plays of heavy importance. But look at the case. It's the parents who, filed a police complaint in the first place to have a marriage annulled. So I don't think it's fair to look at this case. Also, we're looking at aberrations. I think, the reason why I'm skeptical about love jihad is not because I don't believe that people will be forcefully getting converted.
Trisha, I'm sorry
the
to
reason
intervene
why
here.
I'm skeptical
is not a case
I
in
understand, but the
isolation.
reason I'm skeptical.
The Kerala police itself is saying there are centers that are running Islamic conversions where people are taken for camps. What is the need for a conversion camp like this? Vikramaditya, the question is that Hadia's case is one, but this even Supreme Court is saying that there is something fishy here. It is asking the NIA to intervene.
Also, certainly, this is a very essential matter. The NIA, if the government, if the Supreme Court has advised NIA to have a proper investigation, this is a proper thing which have to be done around 10 years back. Of course, if you are doing it today, that is a very good thing. But this is not the problem in the Kerala only. There are so many cases in Delhi also. The thing is being done. They are simply brainwashing the people. They are. You can clearly see this thing, how the girl was brainwashed. Before getting married, they were forced. They were mentally brainwashed to get they have to accept the Islam first. If you are in love, then what is the basic cause why you want to get it converted? If there is love means surrender. If you are surrendering, basically, why you are forcing them to convert, basically? If people can't understand this thing and they are arguing on this thing, this was done before the marriage and they were converted before getting married into Islam, this is ridiculous. Why, if the person is in the love, in the love, why the conversion is being done? In the love, you have to understand the feelings of other person. You are simply the main aim of the Islam is to get the most main people converted into Islam. They are simply brainwashing the people.
That is such a ridiculously offensive statement to put out. How can you make such blanket remarks?
Cases
that is so irresponsible. Your panelist is a bigot. Your panelist is a religious
We're not
bigot.
trying to paint any
come
one religion
on national television and say that the main purpose. I'm sorry, but he needs to be careful of the statements he's putting out there. I'm a Hindu, but at the same time, I'm living in a secular country and I will defend the rights of every religious group. You cannot come here. You have a concern about love jihad, fine, state your concern. But don't make flippant
Are we turning ourselves blind to the reality, to the circumstances that exist?
Why you are taking the side of the conversion?
But as a responsible national television, you shouldn't have panelists who come here and make remarks that say the main purpose of Islam is to convert people towards Islam. That is such a ridiculously irresponsible statement.
That is his personal opinion. He's allowed to make that comment. But we don't subscribe to the views of any one particular individual.
How the people are being forced mentally brainwashed.
You can reject that. You can reject that.
The main purpose of this whole thing is.
No, the question is about why there is a need for conversion in the first place. I think Acharya Vikramaditya is right on that. If this is about love, why do you need conversion? I think, Trisha, you agree with that part, isn't it? And then you talk about, the circumstances that Hadia's testimony is this, Hadia's testimony is that. Obviously, the premise is, Trisha, that she's brainwashed.
I have
so
so
you
many
have to
cases
look
here
deeper
in
into
Delhi.
it.
Not on the males also being converted to Islam just before the marriage. They are brainwashing this thing.
Yes, of course.
This is the organized crime is going on from last so many years. I can give the name of the persons. I can give the details of everything. How the people are being forced and mentally brainwashed. Just the motive behind all these controversies.
Trisha, the question is, should we accept that there is a problem or should we just turn a blind eye? That is the question, Trisha. As a responsible Indian, should we not say, okay, there are too many cases of these cropping up,
right,
let's investigate?
Right, so I'll tell you, as a serious Indian who cares really about matters of national security and also about continuing to uphold the standard that we live in a secular country, I think we need to be serious about the issue. If the issue is of national security, then there needs to be an independent investigation regardless. These so-called camps that are converting people and forcefully converting them and instilling hatred towards our country, we need to be investigating these camps with the utmost urgency and importance, and keep aside this whole paranoia about, oh my God, women are being converted to Islam, because then they will take up arms. Exactly, this is the national security.
Head of the people, they are teaching not to obey, not to have a respect of the national anthem. What else you want to see? If a specific person is teaching you just to go and cut the head of the other person, if they are telling you not to obey the national anthem, not to obey the national rules, what else you want to see?
Right. I request both our guests to hold on.
Paranoia.
Have you ever seen?
No, this is not paranoia, Trisha. I think you're also being a little unfair when you term this as paranoia.
No, I'm not talking
because
about
this is testimonies of women involved. Hadia's is not the only case. Hadia's is not the only case. We have another woman on record saying, I was taught jihad. I was told to cut off the heads and limbs of anyone who was a non-Muslim. You cannot just dismiss that as paranoia. Let's also bring you what Hadia's father, though, said when we spoke to him. Listen in. We'll get you that clip as well.